Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've been meaning to do this. It's a really important video to me because this is something I'm going through currently and I just want to be as authentic as I can with you guys. So this is the 5 things that they don't tell you after you graduate college.
My baby not a snack, yeah, she an entree. She got a pretty foreign name like Sanjay. She wanna chill and smoke and listen to Beyonce. She told me rub on her body like a spa.
So, this is me, looking like a cute little secretary. But yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it, alright? So, I just graduated college about 2 months ago and I'm just sitting here thinking like, wow, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Like, I wasn't aware of all of these things that have been coming to me, coming at me, and things that I haven't been getting. I've just been really confused. So first, this is the honest truth, guys. You're gonna feel a little bit depressed, just a little bit. It's like your life is no longer in semesters and there's no more summer vacation. This is not a break, this is real life. So I had to realize that and I'm like, wow, I'm not going back to school. I don't have a job right now. I kind of feel like I'm not doing much. So I'm comparing myself to everyone that is doing, you know, a lot of things. So you're gonna feel like you're not doing enough and you're gonna compare yourself to people who are doing enough. Like, who sets these bars and standards anyways? But what I've told myself is like, I need to stay in my own lane. I need to not compare myself to anyone else's hustle because I don't know how much work they put into that to get to wherever they are. So I need to pay attention to myself and what I'm doing and stay in my own lane and not compare myself to anyone else's journey or their path or whatever they're doing. In order to receive blessings, I feel like you have to be in alignment with those blessings. And since I graduated, I've just been really like beating myself up and just being mad at myself, like, why didn't you prepare yourself earlier for for after you graduated? You would have had a job by now and I wasn't focusing on the right thing. So I've been beating myself up and I feel like that's not putting myself in alignment with my blessings. So I need to be more kind to myself and appreciate and acknowledge everything I've done. I've literally just graduated college. Like, that's a big milestone and I need to realize that. So being in alignment with your blessing means being appreciative of what you already have, just being in a better place, and that's when you're able to receive those blessings. And that's my personal belief. I truly believe that. What I did not know about after graduating college is applying to jobs is a job itself. Literally, you need to send out so many cover letters, and with every job that you apply to, you cannot send the same cover letter. Like, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You have to edit the whole thing over. Not even edit, you have to start all over and do a cover letter and make sure it's addressed to the proper company that you're applying for, and make sure all of your credentials or all the things they're looking for is within that cover letter. And your resume, sometimes you have to go back and edit it. So all of this is just a job in itself. Applying for a job is a job in itself. It's so much work. I feel like this process is gonna make me appreciate my job when I do get it. I'm gonna be so appreciative of it because I just put so much work into it. It's so hard to find entry-level position jobs. As a college graduate, a fresh brand new college graduate, obviously I am really inexperienced with my job field, which is broadcast journalism. I have had internships and everything, but that does not put me on the bar to all these other broadcast journalists. So I'm looking for an entry-level position job. And it's so hard to find that. It's like, it's impossible to find because everywhere is looking for 5+ years experience. Like, I just graduated yesterday. How am I supposed to have fun? How? What my dad keeps saying to me is, you just have to stay consistent and resilient and do not lose hope. Don't lose hope. He keeps telling me, don't lose hope. Don't get frustrated. I mean, it is gonna be frustrating. It is gonna be frustrating. I've been out of school for 2 months and I'm still dig in. It's gonna be frustrating, but do not lose hope, and don't feel like because the first 2 months out of school or 3 months or 4 months out of school you haven't gotten a job within your field doesn't mean that you went to school for nothing. You can still do what you need to do. It just takes time. Godspeed is the best timing, I'll tell you that. Things cost money, guys. Things cost money. Real shmoney. Like real money. Like I went grocery shopping, like real grocery shopping, not like in college where you buy like soda and snackies and all that type of stuff. No, like real food, like you buy chicken, you buy meat, you're buying pasta and like seasonings. It costs a lot of money. It's real money. And now I take myself back to my childhood, and my mom would be in the grocery store and I would just be throwing stuff into the cart. She'd be like, do you know how much that costs? And I'm just like, it's like $2, it's like $3. It adds up, sister, it adds up. So now I just want to say sorry to my mama, because that shit was hurtful, I bet it was. Don't judge me, because I know this is all of us. In college, you're able to go down to $20, $5 in your account, and it's okay because you can still go to your student center or your CAF or whatever you call it and eat there, and you always be set, you know what I mean? When you live on your own in the real world, if you have less than a certain amount of money, I won't say, in your account, you cannot function because you have to provide your own food. You have to make sure you have gas in your car to get to point A to point B, and none of that not having money in your account thing, it doesn't work anymore. And you have to develop good habits. And I feel like that's what I'm starting to realize with myself. I live with myself, so to be lazy is really easy. So I make sure I make up my bed every day, because your bed is the main, you know, object in your room, I would expect. And if the rest of your room is off, you're just gonna wanna just, you know, keep nitpicking, and you're gonna keep cleaning everything else around it. At least I know that's how I am. So you have to develop really good habits, and that goes as with finances too. So I literally tell myself now, like I'll take cash out of the ATM before I go to do something, and I'll be like, you can only spend this cash. You're not allowed to use your card. So that's the habit. Like you have to install these little things in yourself if you know how you are. I know I'm a big spender, so I literally have to do little things like that for myself. I know one of my close friends, Felina, love you girl if you're watching. She's such a good saver. Like I believe she does something where whenever she swipes her card, it takes like $2 or $3 off of her checkings account, and it puts it into her savings account. And like that's beautiful. Like every time you're spending, you're saving. So you kind of have to consciously tell yourself like, wow, I have to add this amount of money to this, so I'm spending a lot of money, you know what I mean? So you kind of think of things differently. You might come to terms that what you went to school for is no longer what you are interested in. That is a tough pill to swallow, I know. And as for me, I'm going through that right now, because every day I change my mind. Every day I'm thinking about something different. So that's what I have to come to terms with, and you may have to do the same thing. And literally, it's tough, I won't lie, but you need to have more time with yourself to have, gotta get Buddha head in there. It takes some time to get there, but you need to have time to yourself to have these insightful conversations, to really know what you want. Because in college you could be so on, like, I know what I want, but once you graduate out that door, off that field or wherever you graduated, you think like, damn, is that really what I wanted to do? Or is that what my mama wanted me to do? That's tea. One of my favorite YouTubers, I literally just got into watching his videos recently, and he's an inspirational speaker. He just preaches, and he's like so blunt with everything he says, and I love him because his name is Gary Vaynerchuk, and I hope I'm saying that right. But he says that once you graduate, once you're like in the 21, 22, 23 range, you have a 5-year window to do whatever you ever dreamt of doing. And however wild and crazy it is, you have that five-year window to work hard. And that means not to spend every check on trying to impress your friend, your girlfriend, and spending crazy. No, it's saving and working your ass off, because you have no obligations, you have no package. And I love that. And I preach that to my friends so much. I'm like, why are you guys so stagnant? You have this time to do whatever you want. You don't have babies, you don't have a house, you don't have a mortgage. Like, do whatever you want to do right now. And I really go by that. You have to take a risk in this moment. You really have to just go for whatever you want to do. I really suggest you guys just take a risk. Whatever your dream is, take that risk. There are no shortcuts. And I realized that immediately after I graduated in college, my professors got me into the door with a lot of my internships and a lot of events that I went to. They just really put me in the door, and they would send me emails, and it would just be really easy to access these things because they had so many connections. But once you graduate, you have to realize that you now have to make your own connections, and you have to do things on your own. So I signed myself up for National Association of Black Journalists, and that is an association where I have access to so many different resources, so many different seminars and events that a lot of broadcast journalists and aspiring broadcast journalists can attend. And you're gonna have to put yourself out there, you're gonna have to network, and you're gonna have to go to these events and put yourself out there. You're now a brand. At the end of the day, you're a recent college grad. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've already accomplished 4 years of college. That's a really big milestone. I can't say that enough. You need to acknowledge all of the things that you've already achieved and be really appreciative of that. And I feel like once you're appreciative and show gratitude for what you already have, God has no choice. Not even God has no choice, but you have no choice but to receive blessings from God. That's a word. That's a word. So you must be in alignment with your blessings in order to receive them. And you have to not put so much pressure on yourself, and do not compare yourself to anyone, because you don't know what their hustle, what their grind, and what got them into that door. Or if they put no hustle, if they put no grind into it. Learn how to budget, learn how to save. And I'm literally preaching to myself. I can't say that enough because I don't know how to save, and I'm really learning. Set up an appointment with a bank teller or a bank associate, and literally sit down there and say, I need to save. How can I start saving? And they'll ask you, what's your income, your monthly income? They'll break it up, tell you how much you should be saving, how much you should be spending, and they'll help you budget. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is the 5 things that they don't tell you after you graduate college, and now you know. So I hope this was helpful. While preaching to you guys and explaining everything to you guys, I have learned a lot myself. And yeah, at the end of the day, I just want you guys to just be happy and enjoy this experience and this process and this chapter in your life, because every part of your life means something to the whole entire story. So make sure you pay attention and live in the moment. Try to live in the moment. Love you guys.